Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me make my little bunny look nice for y'all. Y'all know I'm crazy. Real foolish. I try to act like I got good sense when I'm on here. But good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your girl Princess. Um, it was such a pleasure. Such a pleasure. Such a pleasure. Such a pleasure to work with family members and friends, to bring things together. But you have to ask yourself, you have to do self-evaluation, and you have to ask yourself how much of what I'm doing is pouring into what I've been called to do. So this morning I came to talk to you because some of y'all are busy doing nothing. And, it's funny to me. I run into people all the time. I have conversations with people all the time about how they are so busy. And I'm like, oh, okay. I said, so when are you going to get on this project? Or when are you going to do this? Or when are you going to do that? And then they say, girl, I just got so much going on right now. And I say, oh, okay. And it tickles me because I've never seen so many people doing a bunch of nothing. A bunch of nothing. And when I say a bunch of nothing, some of y'all gonna disagree because some of y'all gonna feel like some of the stuff you doing is a necessity. And anything that's gonna cause you not to do what God called you to do, and anything that's gonna keep you from being great in His name or uplifting for the kingdom, then you really are doing a bunch of nothing. So I run into people all the time saying, how did you do this and how did you do that? I had to sit my behind down and I had to make time for it. And so that's what's crazy about this whole thing is that you make time for what you want to make time for. Let's just tell the truth. Some of us don't want to do, and I'm going to be transparent in just a second. Some of us don't want to do what God called us to do because we feel like it takes too much out of us, or it soaks up our energy, or it causes us to be off track from what we want to do. So some of us don't really want to do what God called us to do. Some of us just, and then let's just be honest, truth here, sir. Some of us is real lazy. Just came down here to earth and just don't want no bad days, and we want to just sit and chill and just wake up in the morning and do whatever it is we want to do, and then go to bed at night, and then we want to do that for however many days the Lord allows us to be here on this earth, and that is retarded. That is crazy. So, I run into folks talking about I had to do this, I had to do that, I had to take so-and-so over here, I had to run over here and do this or whatever. So I said, well, when do you make time to do what you're supposed to be doing? By the time I get finished with all that, I don't feel like it, or I'm too tired, I'm drained, I'm blah, blah, blah. And I just be like, oh, wow. Wow. But you want to know how somebody else doing something. You want to know how somebody else got on the platform they own. You want to know how somebody else is accomplishing stuff and achieving things. Like if you're supposed to go back to school, you want to know how come somebody else graduated. They stuff that came through. Well, because they had to keep going. They had to, even though they had other stuff going on, they had to keep working. And excuses don't get you nowhere. I'm just telling some of y'all are gifted excuse makers. You just blessed, anointed excuse makers. And so you're going to sit up here and I guess the rest of your life till you figure out that is worth nothing. You're going to make these excuses. And that is crazy. That's crazy to me. Because you have something to do. You have something to accomplish. You have something that you're supposed to be working on. And if you just going to make excuses every day, and most people don't like these kind of posts, and I really don't care because I gotta do what I'm called to do. But if you just gonna make excuses all day long and you can't come up with nothing, and every time it's time to do something, I got to run so and so over here, I got to do this, I got to do that, okay. Well, that's why you haven't accomplished nothing. That's why you have not arrived at a place of peace in your life, or your happiness and your joy is jacked up, because you keep running from your real life. Your real life is what God called you to do. And so if you don't ever dibble or dabble in your real life, then no, you're not going to enjoy yourself. See, some of us too busy chasing people. And I don't know what that's going. I don't know how you're going to benefit from chasing a person. Because what I have learned in my past is that if you chase a person, you're going to be chasing the person pretty much the whole time. I'm just telling you. Anytime you have to run after somebody or make somebody see you, then you're going to be working on that forever. Because if they wanted to see you, they would see you. If they wanted to be with you, you wouldn't have to chase them. You wouldn't have to run them down. But a lot of us don't want to take that into consideration. So, yeah, you tired because you're doing stuff you ain't got no business doing. Yes, you're busy. You're overwhelmed. Yes, because you're doing stuff. Your children living a better life than you sometimes. Because they not letting nothing stop them, not even what you talking about. And that's just the truth. It's some people that have made up in their mind that they're going to come down here and they're going to do something to be something, and they just be on a mission. And then it's some of us that come down here and we do a little bit and then we quit, and then we do a little bit and then we quit. And then it's some that no matter what I do, it's some handicapped people. Some people with some amputees who don't even have everything that you have. And they are about a mission, about some business. But you keep making excuses. So don't keep wondering why people got stuff. Don't be wondering how people did this and that if you don't plan on doing nothing. If you seeking out the advice from people and you don't plan on taking none of the advice, or if you're not seeking out the advice and somebody gave you some because they saw something in you that you don't really see in yourself, then and you don't want to take it, okay. But let me tell you what I pray everybody that's attached to me will get something in their spirit and want to do something with themselves. I'm serious, just want to do something. I look at my timeline, I have so many great things. And so it reminds me, Princess, you're going to be surrounded by people who are doing great things. You're going to be surrounded by people who are making excuses. You're going to be surrounded by people who are going to need and pull from you. So you got to make some decisions in your life. And so I make some decisions for myself. I don't have to wait on people to make decisions for me, and not at all. I am now on a mission. So this is what I want to tell y'all. So I came down here to work, and I said while I'm down here doing this, I was going to be working on writing. And I sat there last night, wasn't even really tired, just lazy. This is the truth. I was just lazy. So I was laying on the bed, and I was like, I was supposed to be writing. So I got my pad out and went to looking at it, and it was not no writer's block. It wasn't no I don't have nothing to say. The thoughts was running in my head, and I sat there and just looked at the pad or whatever. And somebody might say, well, maybe you was tired, maybe your brain was tired. Now I know when my brain is tired. I was sitting there just doing nothing. That's what I was doing. Because one nothing, I had the pen in my hand, I had the paper in my face. I was sitting there on the bed, I'm comfortable. I had already got myself ready to work. Hey, Mike. You see what I'm saying? I had already did it, so I was just being lazy. You have to acknowledge, you have to tell yourself, you just sat up there and wasted some time. That's what you did. You just sat up here and prepped to do nothing. That's what I did. I prepped to do nothing. And that's the reason why I tell y'all what I do, because truth feels hurt. I sat there last night. I'm serious. I have no reason not to do something that I was supposed to be doing. I have no reason not to accomplish that mission, that goal that I set out to accomplish. I was sitting there on the bed with my stuff right there, just chilling. Then I picked up my phone and went to reading y'all stuff on the Facebook. Then I wake up this morning talking about, I should have did. Shut up, deal with it. That's how I deal with Princess. I can't deal with nobody else like that unless, I'm coaching you or something. But, no, shut up and deal with that, because that was dumb. That was real dumb for you to sit there on that bed, know you got something to do, know you got a mission to accomplish, know that you are trying to reach after something, go after something, and then you sit there and holding the pen and holding the paper. Then, what's so sad is, first I said I was going to get the computer out, and I sat up there and was like, no, I just write it. I'm telling you, when you don't get no discipline about yourself, you're going to be doing some dumb stuff. Because I didn't want to get on the computer. Why? because I knew I was gonna have to work. This is what I did to myself. This ain't my husband one bothered me. He was working on some other stuff for himself. This is some dumb stuff I did myself, sitting on that doggone bed and just looking. And then I wrote one word. And then I was looking down, and I was like, okay. And then the thoughts, I'm telling you, was flowing in my head. All I had to do was jot down whatever I was thinking. And how hard is that? And then that way I won't lose the thought. Because the older you get, most of the time you lose your thought. So you should have just wrote that down. But I'm just telling you, some of us just lazy, and we are just here just doing nothing. Just sitting here making up excuses. And then once I got that phone, that was over. Because I'm looking at what y'all saying on the Facebook, reading what y'all talking about. And then by that time, you look up, an hour done passed. Because I done went through everybody's life. Everybody that Facebook will let me see. And then I wake up this morning talking about oh Lord, I got this to do today. I got this to do today. I got to find time to do. That is some dumb stuff. That y'all can put that down in the book of If Princes Ever Do Anything Dumb, or if Princes, because some of y'all think that I think I'm perfect, or that I try to live a life or something. Yes, I do try to live my life where it'll be pleasing to God. But hit the road, y'all be safe. But yeah, so I'm finna go. So this all I can give y'all today. So now I'm on punishment, and I don't mind putting myself on Facebook punishment, because you get on that and you waste a bunch of time doing that. And if that's all you want to do is to be an expert, nosy person, that's a good way to do it. That's a good way. Just get on the Facebook and just browse everybody's stuff. And by the time you realize it'll be 3 or 4 hours done passed, and you did nothing. And so I'm not doing that today. I have to meet up so we can get ready for this wedding. And I don't have no excuses today. Just sorry. That's all I can tell y'all. Just was sorry yesterday.